I don't think it matters what niche you do, but I do think your brain will thank you for finding a niche. You find your niche by just trying lots of different things. There's no way around it. Each niche is different and the people within it are different. And I found what I enjoy most of who I work with is often the person, but it helps if I'm passionate about the industry that I'm working with. So I can work with in the legal industry with an amazing client like Donna from Sequoia, who's my favorite client. I have no interest in doing more HR legal clients, but I absolutely love working with her. And the flip side, I love football, so working with Arsenal would be a good idea, but I don't know anyone in that industry. So it's kind of, it's a flip side. So the first thing is you just have to try out lots of different niches and commit to them over time. In order to sort of work out what you like, it's going to come down to kind of something you've had experience in, something you're passionate about, and that's pretty much it. It's not that difficult. You're going to go, I've either worked in this niche before, so I know it. I've either really passionate about that niche or I'm prepared to learn more. The other one might be you think it might be an emerging market, but generally if you're hopping on trends, you're not going to stick at it for long. So, you've always got to go in with something you're passionate about. And then you've got to hope you find people you like and get on with. And then I would say commit to it for 3 to 6 months and then change and see how you feel. Now, the reason why I say you should do this is just, it's a headspace thing. So when it comes to finding out information about the people within that niche or that industry, and when I mean niche, I mean it's the overlap of what you offer, branding, photography, whatever, copywriting, and an industry, hospitality, lifestyle, sport, restaurants, whatever. That's where you bring them both in and you get narrow. If I want to attract people who run restaurants and I offer branding, all of my communication is aimed at that very specific audience. So I can be very specific in my messaging. I don't need to broadcast generic, broad messaging to try and attract everyone because it doesn't. In the sea of content and everything going out, if it's surface level, nobody cares. They only care when it stops them because it's like, yeah, that resonates with me. So when I'm talking to restaurant owners, having been one, I know what branding can do for that industry. So I can change my messaging to be very specific. I can also then go, right, I can show on my website that I service these people. I can place ads in front of self-proclaimed restaurant owners on LinkedIn and on Facebook. I can join LinkedIn groups, Facebook groups. I can attend networking events. It all of a sudden becomes really easy because if I look at where is my audience going to be, where do they pay attention, how do they behave, I can write down these lists of people. So I know there's only going to be probably about 5 to 10 thought leaders within that industry. There's only going to be 5 events in the year that they all go to. It's kind of, I've made it really easy for me to not only get in front of the people I want to work with, but then also I can be really specific when I'm talking to them because I know their industry. And after that, this is the bit that everyone overlooks. It's the compounding factor. So every job I do only deepens my knowledge and reputation within that industry. And now people within that industry, say restaurant owners, who do they talk to? Other restaurant owners. Who do they go to events with? Other restaurant owners. They all talk. So when I do great branding for one restaurant, other owners are going to see it and go, who did your branding? And then they're going to recommend me. They're going to look at my website and see, oh, he understands restaurants because he used to run one. I like his work. Let's get him in. It's much easier to pitch yourself because you're committed to that industry. And even if you don't like it and you say, I've done it for 6 months and I'm less bothered, I can take that kind of learning and move sideways and maybe do hotels or coffee shops or anything else like kind of lifestyle-y. The point being is you've got to pick one. And I'm terrible for doing this. I've never been good at picking a niche because I'd always said, yeah, but what about all the other people I want to work with? And the reality is that once you step through that door and you pick it, there's so many options. If my niche was pizzas, so I've gone from everyone to hospitality to restaurants to pizzas, and you think about how many different pizza shops there are and how many different types of pizza there are, it's like, why can't I just do pizza for the rest of my life if that's what I love? Because there's so many opportunities. And the advantage of the industry and society changing all the time means that that's going to throw up more opportunities. So if I'm there, I'm going to stay interested. So like I said, it's all about picking a niche that you're interested in and hoping to find great people within it, and then just trying it out. Like I said, the biggest problem is starting. But once you've started, you won't look back, because I promise you, because everyone else is staying back, watching, what should I do? What should I do? That's why their marketing isn't working, because it's too generic. That's why they're not getting clients, because they're not memorable. But the people who do narrow down and pick an industry and a specialism, they're the people that do well, because they're easy to remember, their messaging is specific, and they know exactly how to reach who they want to talk to. So it's super easy for them. And that's the answer. It's just, it frees up your headspace. And as a test, this is what I get people to do as a test. Go on Instagram, start a new account, okay? Pick a market, right? You're going to be doing surfboards, okay? You're going to make branding for surf manufacturers. And you're going to look and you're going to go, okay, so who are the big surfboard manufacturers? And there's going to be 15 big ones. Okay, I'm going to look at who are the main thought leaders, and you're going to go, okay, here are the big surfers that everyone follows. And I'm going to look at other people who are like me. Who do they follow? Oh, I'm going to follow everyone. You will see the same names crop up again and again and again and again. The same wetsuit manufacturers, the same beaches, the same magazines and blogs, the same people who work with photographers. All of this, you'll realize how small that world is. And this is one thing I forgot to mention, which is also good. If I do branding for surfboards, I need photographers who are taking photographs of surfers. So if a photographer who knows me is taking photos of a surfer and he says, I'm thinking of getting some more branding done, do you know of anyone? The photographer will refer me without me even knowing. Like, I'll refer him, and the wetsuit maker will refer me, and the guy who works at we all help refer each other, because we're all in the same industry. We've all built their reputation. We all get to know each other. So this is the thing. It's so much easier to get your messaging right, your targeting right, getting referrals, everything when you niche. So my answer is, you have to niche. Just pick something you're interested in, because that will help give you the energy until you find great people within that niche.